contentment is most important. And to erase all that stuff in the mind, meditation is important. Yeah, of course, and Kriya is so cleansing. When you do Kriya, it's a fast track for mind to go into meditation. Yeah, everything happens by karma only. If you are erased, then it is not going to act. Those karmas have been erased, then there are no karma. But if the nature wants you to come back to do something, the big mind wants you to come, okay, I want you to come back and help so many people, you'll come back. This is the difference between a jailer and a prisoner. Jailer also is in the prison. A prisoner is also in the prison. A jailer can come in and go out anytime he wants, and a prisoner, he has no freedom. Like that.
Guruji, if I am thinking any negative thoughts, is that karma?
Negative thought, you don't hold on to it. You say, oh, negative thought comes and goes. Negative thought, they just come, not just only because there is some time around the surroundings. If you are in such surroundings, you get negative thoughts if you are vulnerable. Your company can cause negative thought. The food and your habits can cause negative thought. Low prana can cause negative thought. So increase your prana, higher prana, then you are free from negativity. But again, we shouldn't do too much of it. If you raise too much prana, then you live in a lala world, not practical, that is no good too. That's why being very grounded. Negative, positive are part of the world, it's never mine. Don't say, this is my negativity or this is my positive thought. No. Positive thoughts are there, negative thoughts are okay, fine. Yeah, Ravana played his role. If just remove Ravana, Ram has any value? Not the same, but yes, it does has an impact of lifting up the energy. Definitely, it has positive energy. That's exactly what we have been talking. Om increases, all the mantras increases the energy level. And when you leave the body in the meditative state of mind, then you are not compelled to come. But if you leave the body in the dreaming and deep sleep or waking state, without a meditative mind, whatever impressions are there in the mind, that forms like a balloon, goes with your spirit, and that will find another body when there is a consummation happening, when there is a fertile ground for it, it just comes in. If you intend to, yes. So your intention matters quite a bit here. Your intention and your energy level, that determines your next birth. Impressions in the mind, deeds not.
You said if the action is not connected to the intellect, then it's okay. I didn't understand that. What does it mean if it's not connected to the intellect?
Okay, for example, you stepped on an ant hill, lots of ants moving, you stepped on the ants. You didn't do it intentionally, but you killed so many ants. Will you get the karma? I said no. Because your intellect is not attached to it at all. You get it? Similarly, now I ask you, you had breakfast, right? Do you remember what breakfast you had 31st May? So it's not your karma. But if I ask you, when did you get married? You know exactly the date. That which remains in your mind as a deep impression is your karma. Sometimes you forget your anniversary and you will get good beatings from your spouse there. Yeah, if you forget also, you are into karma. You have to face.
Guruji, can you explain what an enlightened human being is, and do average people like us can reach an enlightened state in this lifetime?
Oh yeah. When you have no karma and when you say bye to it all, no craving, no aversion, you only have pure love, then that's what it is. See, whatever you do all your life, you remember in the end also. Whatever you do all through. So, being in knowledge is what is the advice given by all elders. Be in knowledge, be in knowledge. Every day listen to knowledge. Most possible. Yeah, suddenly you find yourself licking in somebody's couch. All possible. It's so strange. This is all the secrets of universe. Yeah, it's okay. See, all is possible. There is no only this or that. It's fascinating. You would say, wow, you can only say wow.
Gurudev, is the experience of the glimpse of Para Kundalini is what gives rise to enlightenment?
Yeah, can say that.
Anything that I think about it negatively first.
No. Why you label yourself, I only think of negative all the time? No, you think of positive also. You have 10 positive things, one negative thing comes up, you hold on to it more. That is the nature of the mind. But just imagine, before you did Sudarshan Kriya, how much was it? How is it now? How different it is?
It was 50% before Kriya, but now it has become 80% positive.
So that's a big change. You know the answer. Before you started the Kriya, what was your state of mind, how you were, and what you are now? You can't even compare, isn't it? How many of you feel you can't relate to the person who was before you started the Kriya? This is what is called second birth. You can't imagine that you could have been such a person, what you were before you did the Kriya. Now you feel very different, strange. Just continue on the path, and every time as day progresses, as time progresses, you find. One of our teachers said he always used to complain, and suddenly one day he says, Gurudev, it feels so strange that I am happy all the time. He says, I feel so funny that I am not miserable like I used to be. Karma is so vast. I have made a tape, you should listen to that. Karma is the impression on the mind. That impression causes similar action. The action is karma, and the tendencies is also karma. The situation you face is because you attracted such situation, that is your karma. You have such impression in your mind, that impression is karma, and the impression which brings it into action, that is also karma. So the situation is karma, your action is karma, the impression of action is also karma. The situation is because of past impression, and present action is because of past impression. And the action in return has made more impressions, that is also karma. So complicated. Suppose you are drinking coffee every day, one day you don't drink, you get headache. This is coffee karma. To get over coffee karma, either you drink coffee and get over the headache, then coffee karma continues. Or you say, no, I am not going to drink coffee today, let me undergo the headache. Then one day it will pain, second day, and the third day you will not have that headache at all. It is overcoming coffee karma. I will just give one example. Don't stretch it beyond its scope. Examples should not be stretched beyond its scope. It won't work.
Gurudev, can I meditate by chanting Om for 20 minutes? Someone said you should not chant Om alone.
Om is not for meditation mantra. You can chant it before you start meditation. The reason being, Om is a mantra for recluses. And if you chant Om as a mantra, then you will not have any success in doing any of your work. Because you start becoming a recluse, then everything will move away from you. In world, you have to do your duty, you have to be a householder, you have to be successful in your job. You can't use only Om as your mantra. It's okay for recluses when you don't want anything in the world.
How the karma will start, like, and then the animals will have a longer time to.
Really, it is all the great secret. I mean, that's why it said, Gahana Karmano Gati. The ways of karma are unfathomable. Because it's not just your karma, there is your karma and there is genetic karma, which is your family karma, and then there is, if you have diabetes, it's not just your karma, it is your family karma. If you're born in certain place, that is kshetra karma, the karma of the place. And a particular time, that is also karma. People born in a particular time, in a particular place, in a particular society, it's all karma. See, at this time, some people who are in Ukraine, and there is war, and there is a collective karma. So, there is a collective karma in Ethiopia. There is a collective karma in Congo. I mean, your head will start spinning. You can't really understand. It's so intricate. That is why, best not to worry about it. So, you just drop them all and move on. And doing what we will get, what type of birth, doing what karma leads to what type of results. Ancient people have done deep study on these things. Jainism has done a lot of study. 36 agamas are there in the Jain tradition. They've gone in deep into karma. So, and then how different vegetable causes your mindset. So they don't eat anything grown under the soil. No potatoes, no carrots, none of those things. No radish, no onion, no groundnut, all that. But yeah, this is a belief system that all these things have. I mean, they've done deep research in it. Similarly, there are also in the Shaiva Agama, in the Shiva, and there are Pancharatra Agama. All these Agamas have got a lot of. I myself have not studied any of them, but I know they have all done research on all these different karmas. And I feel it is not necessary for us to go so deep. We just understand one thing, karma is vast, and we keep doing the good things and we keep observing our mind. It's because the mind is the basis of all karma. And keep your mind pure and clean and then do the best what you can. The rest you have no control over it. Certain things, whatever dues you have had in the past, they'll come to you in your life. Sometimes you didn't want to do some things and those start happening. relationships happen, it's because of some karma, give and take, in the past. So it is all very, very complicated. It is just like understanding how digestion happens in you. You know, it is so complicated. Do you know that you take food in the mouth, first it gets mixed with the saliva, carbohydrate gets digested, and then it goes to your stomach, then hydrochloric acid, then it comes to duodenum, then the bile juice and the pancreatic juice comes, then it gets mixed there, then it goes through the small intestine, and there are bacteria which break the proteins up there, then it goes to large intestine where it gets absorbed and the solid separates, liquid separates. My God, so. And then it gives the signal to brain to release those enzymes. So those enzymes come and they digest. And there are 50,000 type of bacteria in your intestine. You have a colony inside of you. And if there is a flood there, then you have diarrhea. When there is a drought, you have constipation. Your body itself is a bundle of karma with so many actions happening there. There are 3 types of mites and they don't cross their borders. Do you know that? How many of you did know this? Raise your hand. You know, there are small creatures, bacteria called mites. One live just above the eyebrow, another in the middle of the forehead, the third one in the border, at the top of the... You know, you have seen sadhus, they wear ashes, 3 lines like that. Those 3 mites don't cross their lines. They live in their colony on your forehead. You all have the 3 type of mites. They are different. I mean, you go into this, the universe is amazing. And you see the ancient people, we don't know how they knew that you have to put 3 lines like this, so that, you know, your might does not get transmitted to others' might. People used to put sandalwood paste or the ashes like this, so that your might remain in your forehead, they don't get transmitted to others whom you meet. These are all hygiene those days you used to follow.
If the last thought is always free will,
Yeah, it's your free will.
it's not karma. Okay. Thank you.
More about Akashic records, reading, and is it something like scanning that you mentioned yesterday?
Yeah, correct.
Where are the chakras located? Is it on the spine or
No,
is it in center of the body?
just in the body somewhere like that.
Okay. Yeah, in the meditations we need to focus in the middle of the body at those locations. Yeah, thank you.
Negative thoughts or anything which is bothering you.
Huh?
Anything which is bothering you. Negative thoughts or anything which is not good for you.
You know, you hear the story all night. And then,
No, but everyone say just let go, but how?
why we are doing all this? All this you heard, all the meditation, all this is for what?
Letting go.
बिल्कुल. बिल्कुल. That's why वो है ना,
गुरुजी थैंक यू.
जिनके गुरु होते हैं वो भर भर के पीते हैं. There is a saying, one who has no guru, he is starving. One who has a guru, he is enjoying the nectar. That's why, because when you exit the body, the first person will come to your consciousness is your guru, there on the other side. And so it's like you feel having lifeguard, when you are very new jumping into the swimming pool, when you see there is a lifeguard, you have no fear. Like that, in the new journey, you know there is a guide and there is somebody with me, then डर नहीं लगता. There is no fear. No fear is the way to progress. That's why it is said, Guru bina gati nahi, isn't it? It's a household word said, when there is no Guru in life, there is no movement at all. You cannot progress, you cannot achieve, you cannot move anything. That is the old saying. That is what Jesus also said, I am the way. If you have to go to my Father, I am the way, you have to come through me. That is, every Guru has said that.